Suichang, situated among the mountains of Zhejiang province, is covered by rivers over half its area and by cropland over the other half. The locals are poor, but they have one great treasure, their wonderful landscape. The area is also famous for its local opera, which enjoyed a golden age during the Ming and Qing dynasties. The great Ming Dynasty playwright Tang Xian was a native of Linchuan in what is today Jiangxi province. Born into a family of scholars, he first displayed a talent for poetry when he was just 12. At the age of 34, he was successful in the highest imperial examination. Subsequently, he was appointed to official posts in Beijing and Nanjing. But in 1591, he was demoted and exiled to Guangdong province as punishment for submitting a number of reports and proposals that were critical of the corruption at the imperial court. In 1592, he was partially rehabilitated and appointed governor of Suichang County in Zhejiang. Dushan village is famous for its Ming Dynasty street, which starts from a memorial gateway and ends as an ancestral temple. It is said that at its height, Dushan was home to 800 families, with another 1,000 families living in the surrounding areas. It was at one time the most prosperous place in Suichang. Today, most of the houses are abandoned.
他主政的时候呢，应该主政得非常好，而且呢，整个民风也很淳朴。他自己也觉得，真的在忙完公务以后啊，那确实还是非常空闲，或者是他呢也非常体恤民情，经常下乡。这里在遂昌应该说留下了很多的故事，最主要的著名的应该是和我们遂昌的一个独山村。因为我们以前的清明的时候，他们叫独山府，它是一个小山村。但是由于在明朝的时候呢，它独山呢出了几个名人，在朝廷为官，那确实呢也有很多文化人，所以在独山府呢，汤显祖呢几次去过独山，在独山那边留下了很多精美的诗文。独山和周边的这些赞美自然风光，以及纪念在独山的独山名人的这么一些活动。
Tang Xian became acquainted with the Yes, a family who also loved to record their travels in verse. Tang Xian called Suichang Paradise and gave himself the nickname Governor of Paradise. Tang Xian loved to visit the local tourist spots, and he is said to have climbed all its mountains and walked beside all its rivers. During these journeys, he also spent time exchanging ideas on Kunqu opera. The latter years of the Ming Dynasty, to be precise, the years 1573 to 1620, was the golden age of Kunqu opera. At the time, it was fashionable among men of letters to perform Kunqu opera, since one's ability in this was thought to indicate one's social status and educational background. Kunqu also had a profound influence on ordinary people, who were particularly fond of the watermill style of song in Kunqu opera, with its gentle arias and the graceful movements of the performers. The Suichang locals, old and young alike, were inspired to abandon their indigenous mountain songs to turn instead to Kunqu opera. Tang Xian, during the decades he spent working in Nanjing, made friends with many opera performers. Subsequently, he made a key contribution to promoting Kunqu opera in Suichang County. Tang was a good official who cared about how the local people were living. During his time as governor, he adopted measures to develop farming in Shilian, a major grain-producing area of Suichang. Kunqiu was originally sung by woodmen. Its birth as a form of opera was brought about by the absorption of southern and northern drama music and wool culture. Kunqiu, sung at leisurely pace, is distinguished by the refined, gentle, and graceful flow of its melodies. Tang Xian often spent his leisure time teaching the villagers to sing Kunqiu opera. With its origins in the far-reaching wool culture, Kunqiu opera and its melodic rhythms were well received by a wide range of people. Later, the people of Shilian mixed Kunqiu opera with instrumental performances at their local festivals, which resulted in the creation of Shilian Shifan percussion music. However, Tang Xian was horrified by the political corruption that marked the latter years of the Ming Dynasty. In 1598, he resigned and at the age of 49 returned to his hometown. In his retirement, he devoted his time to writing opera. Between 1587 and 1601, he wrote 4 pieces based on 4 great legends, which all share the theme of dreams. Collectively, they're known as the 4 Dreams at Linchuan and include the masterpiece, The Peony Pavilion.
汤显祖知道或者说他听说这个牡丹亭的这一个故事的时候呢，是和到隋唐之前，他是从广东徐闻接到任命来遂昌当遂昌县令的时候，来的时候呢，路过了江西的大余县，以前的大余县，就是以前的南安府。他在那里为了等水坐船，休息了40多天。在那过程当中，他遍游了当时大余县的所有的名胜古迹，特别是游历了到那里的一个牡丹亭。他那里牡丹亭有一个故事，它也就是牡丹亭故事的发生地。当时也有一个小戏，就是《还魂记》。汤显祖应该是根据《还魂记》，把牡丹亭这个故事进行重新的改编，成了现在的文学名著。
The Peony Pavilion tells the story of Du Liniang, the daughter of a senior official in Nan'an, and her meeting with a perfect lover, Liu Mengmei, a young student in her dreams. While in the family garden, behind their official residence, Du Liniang falls asleep and talks to Liu Mengmei about their romance, which took place in the Peony Pavilion. After she is wakened from her dream by her mother, Du Liniang becomes lovesick. Inconsolable in her longing, she finally pines away and dies of a broken heart in the seclusion of her chamber. The appeal of the Peony Pavilion is that it is a story about young lovers and about a romance that is doomed. Something else that makes the Peony Pavilion stand out is its early use of chu, a type of notation that was developed in the Ming and Qing dynasties.
那么我们在2000年发现这个石康口村萧根旗，它的一个曲本，它抄了22则曲谱，那么里面有18则曲呢是汤显祖释梦里面的曲本。那么这样子比较，就是说，隋朝民间里传唱的是以传唱汤显祖释梦曲牌为主。
Even though most of the villagers have received little education, they are all fascinated by the shifan and wear their traditional formal costumes during performances. A veteran artist by the name of Lai Xineng has a manuscript of chu tunes dating from the Ming Dynasty.
Qi feng nao ou yu hua chen pa hong 无人我人家
The volume has 22 chu pai, or tune patterns. 17 of them are from the Four Dreams at Linchuan. The Shifan troupe of Shikengkou village is active in promoting the chu pai from the Four Dreams at Linchuan. The performers, by sticking to the old ways of musical notation, make it possible to enjoy the peony pavilion as it was originally performed. In Shilian, there are several artists with the skills to perform Shifan music. Lai Xineng is one of them. He has established a Shifan music troupe. Thanks to his efforts, Shifan music opera has been performed again at an ancestral temple, having disappeared over half a century ago. Tang Xian was not a native of Suichang, but he left his masterpiece, the Peony Pavilion, there. And because Tang Xian was once an official in Suichang, and it was there that he created the Peony Pavilion, experts and scholars who study Tang Xian and his work are often to be found in Suichang. It is thanks to such interest that Kunqu opera has been constantly developed here. Suichang in Zhejiang province is home to a number of veteran